Hi everyone, welcome to episode 29 of Nifty Knitting Ninja Podcast. I am your host, Abigail Wright, and I will be just podcasting today about all things knitting related and fibery and fun. You can also find me on Instagram as The Right Gain, and I will put that somewhere here on the screen. I'll put all of the names so that you can find me on social media. You can find me on Ravelry as I'm a Knitting Ninja. We also have a Ravelry group under Nifty Knitting Ninja Podcast. If you would like to come and join, I would love to have you. I'm trying to get it more active. I've been very busy lately, but I'm going to save that for the end of the podcast. So, yeah, we'll just get right into it. It's very, very hot today. It is gonna be like 97 today here in Midwest Missouri. And shoot, I forgot what day it is, so excuse me while I look at my phone. It is June 17th, Friday. And yeah, a lot has happened, and I know that I've been on a hiatus for a while, but I'm back. I'm hoping to be back and record. Probably not as often as I was, but definitely more often than I have been. So, let's get right into it. First, I want to... I'm going to go through my works in progress first. And you guys might remember this one. And this is in my first project bag that I have ever made. With the pink polka dots on the inside. Noodle. Poor Noodle. I can't remember where he was whenever I last showed you, but he's got an arm, an ear, a snout, and a leg, and a tail. He's a mess right now, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'm even going to finish him, but, I think he's really adorable, so I probably should. I just need to get the motivation to finish him. So, I think I might have another arm for him. I'm not sure though, and these are all just pinned on, probably, as you guys can see. Just all pinned on. But he's being made out of Serenity yarn, Deborah Norville. I believe it's the Carnival colorway. It's nice jewel tones in there. It's a heavy sock yarn. So he's being worked on that. Oh, excuse me for a second. I've got the laptop on my lap. And the Windows 10 thing just popped up, so I can't actually see what I'm doing. But yeah, he's been going forever, and he's still a work in progress, which is pretty sad. And another thing that has been, this doesn't want to get off there, on the needles for way, way too long. I've had this on the needle since my birthday, February 1st, is my Lacy Hitchhiker, which is a bit tangled up. You know, guys, I haven't podcasted in so long. I'm sorry. I'm just a total mess. I'm so sorry. It's got a few more points on it. As you can see, I'm doing the eyelet, so it's turning out a bit. Well, let me see if I can situate this here so that you can see the eyelets that are being put into it. I really like it. It's really pretty, and I should just finish, but I don't know what's stopping me from doing it. See, look how pretty it is. I should just, like, totally finish. Anyways, this is being worked on a size US 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter. And I believe it's a 40-inch circular, and this is a wool-free yarn in the Rainforest colorway. All of the beautiful, browns, and I'm sorry, my camera insists on not focusing today. I don't know why. My camera is part of the reason why I have not been podcasting lately, but like I said, we'll get into that later. And I got it out of these. I'll show you these first. And they're obviously attached to something. But it's Yarn Bees Madcap in pink and white. And what I am doing with this, and I need to get busy, making a double 10 stitch blanket for my sister-in-law, Anna. She's having a baby in a few weeks, so I think I need to get busy. But if I don't get this done, I do have a backup blankie that's already made, so I'll just send that. So either way, baby will get to enjoy this. So yeah, and this is being worked on a size US 15, and I'm sorry, I don't know the metric for that. Guys, I doubt if you'll ever even want to watch me ever again after this episode. It's been so long since I podcasted, I feel like I'm all over the place and I'm a mess. And I just, yeah. But this is very nice and very soft. And I'm sorry if it seems like I'm kind of rushing, but there's a lot to get through in this episode. A lot. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I seem like I'm going so fast, but I do try to keep my podcast 30-35 minutes so that I'm not taking up all your guys' time, because I know that's important too. Anyways, my next to last work in progress is probably something that you guys have not seen yet. And my grandmother actually bought me this little yarn bin, and it's got the hole in the middle, and it's just, look at that. Oh, look at the sides too. It's got Paris on it, and it's just so sweet. It's so adorable. And she did get that from Hobby Lobby, so if you go to your local Hobby Lobby, I don't know if they're going to have any more, but they might. And, like I said, this is something that you guys probably have not seen. I fell into the sock yarn blankie craze, and I'm certainly crazy starting this because, I mean, look at this. Do you see how small my squares are? I mean, on camera, they don't look that tiny, but if you look at it, like, I guess they're not that tiny, but they're about like 1.5 inches square. So yeah, to me it's tiny, and my ends are going everywhere. This is the right side of it, and this one is my watermelon yarn by Abby Grasso. She's on Etsy. And this is a, oh shoot, I forgot to bring those down. Well, too late. I got some Lion Brand yarn bonbons, the little bitty skeins. So that's one that came out of there. Then this is what I made Mom's first socks out of, right here. And you can't really see that green all that well, but there's green in there. And then this is a indie dyed yarn that somebody on Ravelry, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, so generously sent me for my birthday, and a mini. And this is another Lion Brand bonbon right here. And it hasn't been getting a whole lot of work on it, but it's been getting a little bit. I'm not sure I like all the colors together, but I think it's turning out very well and neat, which, if you know me, neat is not my forte. But yeah, I'm slowly adding to it. There's a lot of minis that I've gathered, and I still have more. And some of them aren't mini minis, but I mean, these use like 2 grams of yarn, which is ridiculous, and it's gonna take me forever to use up any of my minis, but some of them I don't really want to use up. So there's that. I fell into the sock yarn blanket craze, and I am trying to keep all of this up on Ravelry. I don't have pictures for everything yet, which I'm going to work on today. I don't have some pictures, but I believe I have most, if not all, of my 2016 projects on Ravelry. Just go to my projects page and go to the tab 2016, and there they all will be. Alright, and I'm going to go into this, which this is an ongoing project, but it's also going to run into stash acquisitions. So, yeah, this is how we're transitioning. I made my first order from Knifty and the Squid because after seeing, was Allie from, Savvy Skeins, on her podcast, her daughter, Madsy, got some industrial accident and I fell in love. I had to have some. Plus, I was looking for some good rainbow yarn. So this came with it. All of these beautiful little stitch markers, and they turn around so they're backwards, but there's a little key, and there's a little squid, and there's a little time clock. And there's another one that came with them, and I'll show you that one here in just a minute. But yeah, that's Knifty and the Squid. I'm sorry if you can't see because of the glare. And my camera's not exactly focusing either. Knifty and the Squid. www.etsy.com/uk/shop/Knifty and the Squid is her shop. And I will also link her below because she's fantastic. But these are my rainbow socks. And I'm sorry, there's stuffs sticking out of them. I can't find. I know I put something in here and now I can't find it. Ah. Okay. And if you guys have been following me on Periscope too, I've showed some of this stuff. Not all of it. I am over on Periscope as the Right Gain also. And I am now also on Twitter as the Nutty Ninja. So if you're on Twitter and you would like to see what I'm posting over there, go ahead and follow me. And I do free pattern Fridays where I pick a special Ravelry designer who has a really fantastic free pattern, and I put that on my Twitter page as well. So yeah, if you're a indie designer or a indie dyer and you would like to be featured on my page, just contact me as a PM through Ravelry or DM me through Instagram or just any which way. Just get a hold of me and I'll put you in there. I'll select you for one special week. And if you don't want to use those methods of getting a hold of me, you can also get a hold of me at niftyknittingninja@gmail.com. Just, that's off topic. I'm going on a rabbit trail, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. But yeah, if you follow me on Periscope, you saw that I got a new cable needle, this little bitty one. I have to say, this is just a Susan Bates cable needle. It's little bitty, so it's obviously meant for small projects. I love it. I honestly love it. It just, I don't know how I lived without this for all those years. But these, and they're showing up way, way bright on camera. Probably because of the sunlight coming in the window. I'm sorry about the lighting in here, by the way. The lighting's horrible. But yeah, they're showing up bright, bright, bright. They're not that bright. Let's see if we can pull them back a little bit. That might be a little bit better of an accurate description. They're still a little bright though. Anyways, here's the other stitch marker, progress keeper, and it's a moth, which I thought was so cute. And yeah, these socks, I'm doing them obviously top down, 2 at a time, and they are flying. I just love them. And I decided to, that's what the cable needle had to do with this. Because I decided to put a cable on each side, but it's like it's going down the outer edge of your foot. So it's kind of like the socks on a plane, but I'm not following that pattern. I'm just making it up as I go. And these are being worked on a US 1.5 2.5 millimeter. And these are my Knit Picks Caspian wood needles. You can't see them because they're all covered in stitches. And the yarn is from Muffy and the Squid, like I've already said. This is her speckled rainbow sock blank. My first sock blank ever. I've never had a sock blank before. This is my first. It's 75/25 merino nylon, 4-ply sock weight, superwash, and it's 420 meters. And she just, oh, if I can get it to focus, then you guys can see it. Might not be gonna focus. Okay, it's not gonna focus. Maybe it'll focus on this though. Got the little squid on the tag, which I think is so cute. And I would have waited and showed you guys all the prettiness wrapped up, because the packaging was gorgeous. It just was packaged so beautifully. But I really couldn't wait to cast on. As soon as I got it, it got delivered to my parents' house, which I'll get to later. But got delivered to my parents' house, so I had to wait a week to get it. And as soon as I went up there to get it, ripped open the package and cast on right away. So I mean, I couldn't wait. But yeah, this is her speckled sock blank, rainbow sock blank. Look at that. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna turn it sideways. Oh, it looks even better on camera. I'm just falling in love with this again on the camera. Anyways, I'm almost done with the yellow. And I'm going... Again, the light's really messing things up. I'm going into the green right here. This is actually green. This down here is blue. But isn't it gorgeous? And again, that's from Muffy and the Squid on Etsy. I'm just gonna roll it back up here. Yeah, look at that. Isn't it? Oh. I see it on screen and it's like, I fall in love with it all over again. But yeah, that's those. And I have to say, this is probably the funnest knitting project, sock knitting project that I've had, because it's my first sock blank, and I am having a blast working with it. I just know that. So, all of this is going back into my Lucy project, drawstring project bag that Grace May made me a few years back. Alright, so I guess we're going to move into acquisitions, since that was long-winded, and that's kind of what it's running into. And I'm so sorry for the crinkles, but I didn't want to take this out of the bag because I don't want it to get dirty. But this is also from Muffy and the Squid. It is her Industrial Sparkle, excuse me, which is basically her Industrial Accident colorway with Stellina in it. And it is fantastic. Look at that sparkle. I don't know how well the camera is going to pick it up. Looks like it's picking it up maybe a little bit. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Isn't that great? That's just, let me see if I can get a little bit closer. Let me turn it around so that my arm's not hurting first. Is it going to focus? Come on. Okay, it's not going to focus. But as you can see, there's a lot of different colors in here. There's orange and pink and purple and green and blue and yellow, and every color of the rainbow is in here. And it makes it go better because it's sparkly. And I have to tell you, Muffy and the Squid yarn is so squishy and soft, it's worth every penny. So if you've been looking and you've been wanting some, and you're like, well, I really don't want to spend that much money, worth every dime. Just do it. You will not regret it at all. But, oh, I don't know what I'm going to make with this yet. I thought about a Raina shawl, but then since this is kind of wild, it's got a lot going on, but it's not like a self-striping or a variegated or something like that. I thought about doing something a little more complicated than a Raina. Let me know what you guys thought that. what this sparkly goodness would be good for. And yes, I really wanted to use stock blank because I knew I was going to use it, but with this industrial sparkle, I didn't really have a project in mind, but I saw it and I'm like, my precious, I need it. So, I mean, so that's why that's there. And I believe that's her merino nylon. It's the same blend as Soft Blank, 75-25 merino nylon superwash. And I got this because it's bright and happy, and lately I've really been needing bright and happy in my life. This is Baby Bee, Confection Baby in the colorway Carousel. And I just pulled this out today. I forgot that I even had it, and I found it, and I just got so happy. Look at that. And it is 147 yards, 54, 23, and 23 bamboo cotton acrylic. It's so soft. Don't know what I'm going to make with this yet, but isn't it fantastic? And you know what? For anybody laughing at me for saying, well, like, bought this yarn because it's pretty and I don't know what I'm going to make with it, because I know some of you are plan knitters. You buy one skein at a time with a project in mind, and then you finish that, and then you go on and buy the next. I'm not. I buy things because they're ready, and I figure out the project. And I know I'm not the only one. I know that there are others. I know that there are some of you out there who do the same thing, and don't say that you don't, because I know you do. Who doesn't hoard yarn? If you're a serious knitter, who does not hoard pretty yarn? Okay? I'll admit it, I'm a yarn hoarder. And I also got some Premier Yarns Deborah Norville Serenity Chunky in the 7 C's colorway. My mom got this for me because she wants the hat out of it. And it's got some very nice whites and purples and light and dark blues, and because to her it looks like winter, it looks like snow, and she loves winter. So this is, oh, let me try to find it. I don't know if I'm going to find it. The content, it's a bulky, oh, here it is. It's 109 yards, 100% acrylic. So there you go. And I got another skein just like it in the forest colorway, and I got this to make hubby some hat, and I'm actually, the color is off, but I'm thinking about stealing it to make a hat for me, because isn't it gorgeous? I love it. I love it so much. And then I got these two because I thought that I'd use them together. They're sugar and cream. This one's stripes, this one's supersize, and this one is 200 yards in the mod blue colorway. That's very nice, very blue. And this is 120 yards in the, it says mod stripes also. Oh, this is mod stripes, okay. So there's greens and whites and blues, and I thought about making washcloths out of this one, but then I thought, well, if I put them together, they'd make something really nice. So I don't know what I'm going to make out of them, but I love cotton yarn. So there's that. There you have it. I already used one ball of this. I had two, and we'll get into that in a minute. This is 45% bamboo, 40% wool, and 15% nylon. And it just has a color number 988. But I like to think that it's kind of rainbowy. It is antibacterial from Think Bamboo, bamboo fiber yarns. And it's gorgeous and incredibly soft. I would not believe how soft this is. The colors are coming out much brighter than they actually are. Well, that's probably pretty good. Pretty good translation, but so soft. You would not believe how soft this is. Anyways, it has 224 yards. So the plan was to make socks, but plans changed. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this one, but it's gorgeous. And I love it, and it makes me happy. Like I said, I've been needing happy in my life, so that comes in the form of yarn, and yeah, people better not complain about it. And then, in that same order, not from the same place, I got Hot Socks Royal Sock and Wool Superwash. Got 50 grams, 50 gram balls. And this does not have a colorway, but he actually picked it out, so for his socks, but I got some different yarn because this is like blues and purple, and I don't have very manly colors. I mean, I know if I made socks for him out of these colors, then he wouldn't care, but I just don't think they're very manly myself. But it is 50% wool, 25% viscose, and 25% polyamide. So very sturdy workhorse yarn, and surprisingly, it's really, really soft. It's a thinner sock yarn, but it's really soft, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. So the yarn that I got in replace of that to make socks is a wool-free sock yarn, and I believe this is the denim colorway. And it's blacks and whites and blues, and it's everything manly. So, and I'm sorry I don't have most of the ball bands to this, so I can't tell you. Then, yes, we're at the bottom. I also got wool-free sock yarn, and this is the berry bush colorway. Got all these different pinks and purples and everything in it. So, and this is the fruit. I think this might be the farmer's market colorway. And I think that's gorgeous. And what I'm actually planning for this, I'm going to make a rolly by Susan Claudino out of this, and I think this would make an adorable rolly. I really do. Okay, so now it's time for FOs. I actually have FOs! Of course, it's been a while, but I have FOs, and then I'm just going to chit-chat a little bit about where I disappeared to and what's been happening in my life. So I'm going to save that after the FOs, so if you don't want to watch it, you can just go, or you can stay. But you guys might remember these. My Great Delicious socks that I was doing on the 9-inch circulars are done. They are completely done. They fit perfectly, and they're very warm. I made the mistake of wearing them whenever the weather got warmer. They just have Fish Lips Kiss Hills in them. And this is from Wool-Free Sock in the grape colorway. And is it just me, or does it seem like this sock is so much more saturated than this sock? They're the same dye lot, same colorway, and this one just seems so much more saturated in color. I don't know. But yeah, just little ankle footy socks. Those got finished. I still don't have sock number 2 to this, but hey, at least I've got sock number 1. This is from my Blizzard yarn. It's got a Fish Lips Kiss heel in it also. These are going to be for Mom. Her stripy Blizzard socks. It was the Icicles colorway, dyed for the Loopy U by Lorna's Laces. So yeah, it seems like it's going to be a nice sturdy sock. Not particularly squishy, but it's sturdy. You guys might also remember this. I can't remember if I showed you that I finished it or not, so I'll just show it again. My first sockhead hat dyed by some indie dyed yarn that was Donna at Dewberry Ridge. That was her yarn. Still never got blocked, but it got rained on and kind of relaxed a little bit, so I considered that good. It's got just enough slouch. It's got enough slouch for me to like it. I did the 9 inches and then I decreased for the top, so it's very nice and slouchy and warm. And I don't know why I love this colorway. I've never liked orange, but I just love this. And actually, after I was done with it, I thought about Jenny of Tiny Paper Foxes, which her podcast has now changed to, I don't know. You can still find her on Ravelry as Tiny Paper Foxes, and then I'm sure she'll have a link because she changed the name of her podcast. Handmade in Woolen. There we go. Handmade in Woolen is the new name of her podcast. I immediately thought of her after I made this because she loves orange. Orange is her color. A slouchy hat seems like something that she might wear, so it just made me think of you, Jenny. And that's what happened to the other skein of bamboo yarn. I made a slightly shorter sockhead hat, and I absolutely love this. Love it, love it, love it. See the pulling? To me, it looks like rainbow sherbet. So this is my rainbow sherbet sockhead hat, and it does have less slouch, but it's very happy, and I really, really like this. And I think I made the right decision to, sorry, I gotta look at that again. Look at the shine, the sheen on it from the bamboo. Just, beautiful. But, yeah, I think I made a good decision. For once, I actually made a great decision to pair a pattern and a yarn together, and it worked quite well, so I'm very pleased. Also, I bit the bullet. I bit the bullet and I bought 3 patterns from Susan Claudino's store on Ravelry because she has a triple dip discount. You get $3 off if you buy 3 patterns at the same time. So I broke down and I bought, because I was waiting for Bugle to be released. I mean, I love elephants, and I was just waiting for Bugle to come out. So I bought Bugle, Rolly, and Calamari. So, yeah, I've got to get working on those. Maybe after I finish Noodle. Try to guilt me into finishing Noodle, because if not, I'm probably not going to finish him. I hate to say that. That's horrible, but I'm probably just not. But yeah, so Bugle is the one that I decided to make first, because like I said, I love elephants. So there's the front of him. I decided not to do felt, but I did humongous eyes. I don't know if you guys can see that. His humongous eyes. And remember that indie dyed yarn that I tried to make into 2 shawls, and it just wasn't wanting to be a shawl? That's what I used in him. It was also by Donna Dewberry. And I think it made a perfect little elephant. So cute. There's his little tail there, and his little legs, his ears, and his head. He's a little ill proportioned because his head is way bigger than his body, but I think he is quite adorable. So, alright. And there's that. Now I got a whole mess of everything over here, but it's okay. It's alright. So, I'm going to talk about my life now, so whoever doesn't want to hear me jabber on about that, it was nice speaking to you, and thank you so much for spending time with me, and I will see you next time. And for whoever wants to stick around, thank you so much. And yeah, so I have been on a hiatus, like a 4-month hiatus, which I'm sorry about. Every time I sat down on the podcast, I thought I can't cope with this right now. I really can't do this. And then by the time I was ready to sit down and podcast, somehow the web application from my computer got deleted, and the webcam wouldn't hook up, And so I had a lot of issues with that. And so when I was ready to podcast, I couldn't because of technical issues. So I'm so sorry about that, guys. Um, but yeah, I have taken a hiatus because a lot has happened. Um, Last I spoke to you, I was a bride to be. Since then, I have become a bride, and I know I was planning to get married in um, October, but we decided what was best for us was we just wanted to have a really small wedding, so we eloped on the 15th of March. So I am now a married woman, and that's why we're in a different setting. And I'm sorry if the lights changed, the clouds have come out because I think it's getting ready to storm. But um, that's why I'm going to change. I'm in his room. We're living with his parents right now, and we're looking to move into our own apartment, but there's roadblocks with that, so we're not going to get to do that. But yeah, my wedding ring is nothing fancy. Just a regular silver band from Duncan Jewelers. That's all that it is. And we had a very small ceremony, $300 in 2 days. And we planned the wedding and got married. I mean, we eloped, but we still had a little ceremony thing. So yeah, I got married, and it's been really downhill from there. And yeah, I hate saying it because it sounds like marriage is a bad thing and marriage goes downhill, but that's not it. I'm just saying, as soon as I got married and moved out from my parents' house, things kind of went downhill. Because we actually eloped without telling my parents. We didn't tell them until 5 days later. And for every one of you, especially you moms out there going, shame on you, you shouldn't have done that. Yes, I've heard it. I know. I'm aware. I wish I would have had my parents there, but you can't go back in time. So they got pretty angry and they kicked us out, wouldn't even let us back into the house until like a month later, which is pretty quick actually, so I'm glad about that. But yeah, and then about 2 months after we got married, I've been having health issues and going and seeing a doctor. So I found out 2 months after we married that I miscarried my baby at 6 weeks. And so that was very traumatizing, very traumatic. And so yeah, and then right after that, my job forced me to take medical leave because I was under so much emotional trauma. I just couldn't keep it together at work. So I'm on medical leave right now. And then right after that, the car that my hubby got me, we had it for like 2 months and it completely died. The engine blew. So I didn't have a car for a while. And then, like I said, we're having trouble getting into a apartment. And just one thing right after the other. The past few days, we went car shopping with my parents, and they actually loaned us the money to get another car, which is really nice. This car has hubcaps, door handles, and it runs, so that's more than my last car. I don't necessarily like the look of it because it's an '89 Buick Park Avenue. Um, so it is an older car. It's older than I am, but it's like I said, it runs. It has hubcaps and door handles, and that's more than my last car. So yeah, that was a good thing. That was a good thing, and but since I've been on this medical leave, something somewhere got messed up, and so I don't even know if I'm gonna have a job to go back to. So I might have just lost my job on top of everything else. So things have been horrible. To say the least, they've been really horrible. I mean, there's been good times too. There's been really good times. We try to go out on date nights whenever we can. Hubby graduated nursing school, which is really great. And so he's trying to pass boards and get a job. And, but yeah, it's just anymore the bad seems to outweigh the good, which is horrible. It's really horrible. So I'm hoping for more good days ahead. So yeah, now you guys understand stash acquisitions. It just, even if it's for no purpose other to make me happy looking at it, I need happy right now. I need a lot of happy. So yeah. And that's probably a little more information than everybody wanted to know, but we're not trying to hide anything. You know, a lot of people just show you, and I know that this is a knitting podcast. I know it's a craft podcast, but other people share their lives on their podcast, so I thought, let's be real. And I'm going to share not only the good in my life, but the bad, because that's real life. That's reality. That's not just showing the pretty. So yeah, that's kind of all that's been happening. Very, very tough. Oh yeah, and I also found out that I have a chronic autoimmune disease. So I have to totally change around my lifestyle, change around my diet. I have to eat paleo, which means no wheat, gluten, or dairy in my diet. Um, so it's been really hard. It's been hard for me to adjust, but I'm trying to adjust. I just yeah, I'm trying to just get through life right now. But I think that's all that I have to say to you guys this time, and I know that this podcast is a little longer, but we did have a lot to get through. So, yeah, I think that's it. And if I missed anything, I will probably get on Periscope and scope about the things that I missed. So, go on and check that out because the scopes are up for a full 24 hours before they get taken down from public views. Um, so yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys are still watching, thank you so much for coming back and watching. If you're a new viewer, then thank you so much for finding me and choosing to spend time with me. And I know that I usually do shout outs also, but since it's so scattered today, I decided not to. But I will do all my shout outs next week. So if you're a new subscriber, I have not forgotten about you. You will get your shout out, just not in this episode. It'll be in the next. So have a great week, everybody. Happy knitting. Happy just living. Have a great week, guys, and craft on. Bye.